What's going on, YouTube? My name is ginj-tcg or Chris, and today I'm back with another rogue deck. This one is how I am closing off the year of recordings, and it is revolving around Entei V. I think this card had one of the craziest performances, like, in the past, not like recently, but in the past couple of years. I mean, this went from being one of the most bulk Vs ever to being an insanely good card and then falling completely off the map again. So I'm hoping this deck can bring it back a bit, and it revolves around Entei and Ogerpon. So it's got a very, very simple attack, Burning Rondo, where you do 20 damage plus 20 more damage for each benched Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's, so you can rack up damage insanely quickly, especially when you pair it with Area 0 Underdepths, and you and maybe your opponent play some huge benches. Entei can take some massive one-shot KOs. At 230 HP, it's decently tanky with the fleet-footed ability that all the legendary dogs have. You can draw one card if this Pokemon is in the active spot. Now, to get access to Area 0 Underdepths, because you need a Terra Pokemon in play to have 8 Pokemon on your bench, we play Teal Mask Ogerpon, which is one of the many draw engines this deck has, and it uses the Teal Dance ability, where once during your turn, you may attach a basic grass energy from your hand to this Pokemon and then draw one card if you attach an energy that way. Myriad Leaf Shower, solid backup attack, but we only play 7 grass energy in the deck, so it's not often we really get to use Myriad Leaf Shower, but just in case, maybe against Charizard or something, this is a great Pokemon to fall back on, since it can OHKO Charizard if you just get your opponent's active to also be set up. So if the active Charizard is 2 energy and you have 3 energy to use this attack, you do one-shot Charizard, you do 360 because of weakness, so it's kind of nice. Anyways, now to get into the rest of the deck. It is a very simple deck, and past Ogerpon, we don't have the most insane, like, big draw search engines, so I'm going to take a second and break this deck down, because it's a little weird at first, but I played a couple test matches, and this deck actually flies through, like, the deck. It actually draws very well. I think it's very consistent, so I wanted to give it a good go. I talked about Entei, talked about Ogerpon. The last card for Entei in the deck, like, specifically, is Forest Heal Stone. Just to use a V-Star power, searching one card is kind of cracked. We don't need Rotom in this deck, just because of all the other support Pokemon we got. So having 2 copies of Forest Heal Stone in case you prize one for Entei is huge. To dig those out, we got Arven, which we can also use to get our item cards, which I'll get into in a second. Anyways, the rest of the Pokemon in the deck. We got Radiant Charizard, the most insane single prize attacker that, honestly, I thought this is, like, the perfect card for this deck. We don't play an insanely high count of really any energy. We got 7 grass and 3 fire, and that's it for energy. So Radiant Charizard in the mid to late game when you're attacking for less energy and doing 250 is massive. So I definitely like Radiant Charizard. Iron Bundle is another support Pokemon. Honestly, it's really just there for Hyper Blower. Every now and then it is nice just to stick on your bench, get 20 extra damage, and kind of have that threat of Hyper Blower. But for the most part, I kind of just bench it, use Hyper Blower, gust up something, especially if your opponent has a rough start, since this deck does enjoy going second, and it can take turn 1 KOs very, very easily. We got Latias EX, a clutch Pokemon. This is the first time I've used it on the channel, where your basic Pokemon in play have no retreat cost. So if you're using Latias EX, you are able to pivot between any attacker or any support Pokemon, with like a retreat without needing a switch or a like rescue board or something like that. So I do love the Latias, especially because Entei has a 3 retreat cost. It is rather bulky and pretty hard to retreat otherwise. So Latias, insanely clutch. Mew EX, our other pivot with free retreat, has the restart ability where once during your turn you may draw 3 cards, and genome hacking, which honestly, very, very underrated backup attacker in this deck. I think I'm more likely to use Mew than Ogerpon in any match except Charizard. Charizard, it's like Ogerpon all day. In any other match, I'm more likely to use Mew as a backup attacker. We have Fezandipiti EX. This is our other draw engine with the Flip the Script ability. You guys know what it does. If we were KO'd in our opponent's last turn, we get 3 cards. Squawkabilly, there for the opening hand, it just kind of ensures we're getting that turn 1 attack, turn 1 donk as soon as possible. You get the Squawk and Seize, discard a hand, draw a bunch. All right, now to get into the bulk, draw 6, excuse me. Now to get into the bulk of the deck. Supporter line, playing 4 Judge. I like Judge over Iono just because I feel like Fezandipiti kind of made Iono a lot less pointless, and your opponent is drawing big hands no matter what. So just to make them shuffle their hand into their deck, I feel like gives more randomization in the deck and more variability in what your opponent will draw into. And I feel like Judge overall is the better hand disruption card at the moment. I am still playing 1 copy of Iono though for that late game Iono to 1, just in case that could clutch up. I've got 3 copies of Boss just to make sure I am gusting up anything and everything I see for the KO, as well as Prime Catcher for the Ace spec. Again, just feeding into, we want to take KOs, we want to go 2, 4, 6, every single game. We want to take 2 prize KOs every chance we get, so I want a lot of Gus. And we got Briar. That way, we can kind of flirt around taking an extra prize card. So if our opponent uses Dusknoir, puts us on an odd prize card, maybe we can use, yeah, they put us on an odd prize card. Maybe we need to take an extra prize card. We can use Briar. Since we have predominantly 2 prizers, there's a really good chance our opponent will have exactly 2 prize cards remaining. So Dusknoir isn't going to fix their prize trade anymore if we could pull off a good Briar play, and that's an awesome card to Force Heal Stone for. Another card I am playing is Arven. I like the idea of searching for item cards because this deck does really rely on Energy Switch in that first turn, and just having access to a supporter that can search out Force Heal Stone, oftentimes very massive as well. Into the items, we got 4 copies of Earthen Vessel to make sure we're drawing the energy we need, whether it's a Fire Energy to manual attach, or 2 Grass Energy to attach to a couple Ogerpon and draw a couple cards. We got 4 copies of Energy Switch to make sure we're moving energy off of our Ogerpon onto our Entei so we can get 2 energy attached to Entei in that first turn. We got, what else we got here? 1 Heavy Ball in case we prize a certain piece of the puzzle, 4 Nest Balls to dig out some basic Pokemon. We got 2 copies of Night Stretcher in case I need to bring back Iron Bundle, maybe Radiant Charizard, maybe I prize an Entei or 2, and I can't find Heavy Ball, I got a Night Stretcher, gotta bring an Entei back, that always works nicely. Or, when I used it in my warm-up match, I needed, or one of them, I needed it to bring back a Fire Energy, because I prized a Fire Energy, I had both of them in discard, so I was like, you know what, it's pretty clutch. I didn't have Superior Energy Retrieval, which we also play one of for that purpose, so every now and then Night Stretcher just kind of clutches up where you need it. We are playing 4 copies of Trekking Shoes to make sure we are digging as fast as possible. 1 Ultra Ball just in case we need to like thin our hand for Mew or something like that. I don't know. Ultra Ball's kind of nice. It is the most cuttable card in the deck. Honestly, I didn't use it the first 2 matches, but it is nice in case you need it for like a Mew play to go for restart. And then 3 copies of Area 0 Underdepths to make sure we're getting that massive bench. And I know like when I first looked at this deck, I'm like, man, all right, how does this deck function? You know, like there's a lot of draw engines that are kind of like variability in how often you can play them. Like Fez, you can't necessarily play every turn if your opponent didn't take a KO. Mew, your hand might be bigger than 3 cards. And then Ogerpon with Entei. Entei, okay, you draw 1 card a turn, nothing insane. Ogerpon, we've only got 7 Grass Energy. It's not like we're looping those an insane amount. And that kind of worried me until I played the deck. And drawing 1 card off Entei, Ogerpon, and the combo with Trekking Shoes, you fly through your deck. Then when you tack on the Mew, you tack on the Fezandipiti or the turn 1 Squawk, oh my god, this deck is lightning fast. So I definitely was impressed with how consistent this deck was, how much fun it genuinely was to play, so I can't wait to show it off. Yeah, with that being said, I mean, before we get into the video, I just wanted to remind everyone I got that TCG player affiliate code, so if you want to support the channel, link in the description down below. If you're going to get any singles, deck accessories, deck boxes, decks, whatever you're getting for any card game period, it's on TCG player. Go make sure you use that link in the description. Before you go to TCG player, just click it on the link, we'll take you to the website, and then ordering anything within 48 hours will support the channel, so thank you so much to everyone who is doing that. With that being said, let's get into today's video and show off just how good Entei V can do. Welcome to match number 1. We open up with a decent hand. We got Heavy Ball, Judge, Trekking Shoes, Entei Fire Energy are going to be our biggest cards going into this turn, which is a lot, but it doesn't guarantee perfection. I need Energy Switch, Grass Energy, Ogerpon, and then I'm, definitely going to be getting after it. So right now, we're going to see what we top deck. Ogerpon is huge, actually, and I'm gonna Heavy Ball and hope I got something in the prize cards that could save us. We don't, but we did prize 2 Grass Energy. That's gonna hurt us, especially because Judge might be kind of a make or break here, so I think I want to go Trekking Shoes. That definitely works. I am also going to, I guess, get rid of Iron Bundle here. I want to keep Boss, I want to keep Judge, and I kind of need the Fire Energy as well. I'm just going to try to thin out as much as I can and take 2 Grass Energy. It really doesn't matter because we have the Fire in hand. So now I can Teal Dance for 1, and the question is to Fleet-Footed or not Fleet-Footed. I think we go Judge and then Fleet-Foot. Actually, that Energy Switch is everything we need. So we're already swinging 100, which is perfect because they benched 3. So I did that quickly in my head and then kind of forgot about adding my bench. I was like, ooh, am I only doing 60? No, because it's plus 20, and then I also forgot about my Ogerpon. Anyways, now we're going to Judge, and then we are going to rip the Fleet-Footed. Try to just get some extra cards in the hand if we can. That's a good thing I did because we're kind of in a sticky spot right now. But we'll be taking a KO on Charmander, which is nice. So for now, we can bench another Entei in case they pull off something insane and just rip the Burning Rondo 120. And that's what I mean. This deck gets after it so quick for no reason. Just to be able to attack... Like I feel like that was the worst of the 3 games I've played so far, counting this one. That was the worst start I've had. I've attacked first all 3 games, and this was the one for the lowest damage just because I didn't get like a Nest Ball for Squawkabilly, essentially. Yeah, like we didn't really have too many insane combos, and I still feel like we're in a great spot. So my opponent can play a Nest Ball. They could get some more Pokemon down. We'll see if they have anything else to follow up. They do have Rotom, which, depending on actually how much are we doing this turn, we actually might be able to go Boss KO on Rotom, which I feel pretty good about. We're at 160. Okay, it's actually not the worst spot to be. I could also just set up Ogerpon and just save that guy to take out Charizard when we get there. So what do I want to do first? I think first things first, we go Teal Dance, get this Grass Energy attached. I got Fleet-Footed, I got Trekking Shoes. I don't know if the order matters too much. I do love Fez there. Actually, Fez is pretty good, especially if it lets me go Boss KO on Rotom. Because then if they use, that kind of guarantees that play, actually. Now we can go Boss KO on Rotom. If they use Dusknoir, they put me at 2 prize cards remaining, which is a very rough spot to be, because then it's just 1 KO. 1 KO on Charizard or Pidgeot, and we win. I don't like sitting on the odd prize card here, surprisingly. Now we go Fleet-Footed, and we draw into a Judge. That's going to be great for next turn, too, honestly. I think the best play for us here is just go Boss. Keep the hand. This hand is actually nuts. And go Boss, take Rotom, go for 2 prize cards. Also shut down a Forest Seal Stone play if they have that in hand. They need to bench Luminion for that. And if they bench Luminion to get access to Forest Seal Stone, well, that's how we're going to close out the game if they use Dusknoir. And if they don't use Dusknoir, well, we've got 2 more KOs, which is fun, because I feel like we were kind of at 2 KOs no matter what we did, even if we took a single prize KO. So I don't think we were actually held back by that play. I think now just kind of open that door again for that Briar play, and they're going to bench another Pidgey and pass. Yeah, we are going to abuse this deck in match number 1, and that is another insane card to draw into. Honestly, here, I think I get rid of Iono. I just see Judge being more useful in this type of scenario. We got a Grass Energy. I'm tempted to actually take 2 Grass Energy and just set up Ogerpon all the way, but I don't think I'm going to. I kind of like having the backup Entei just ready to rumble, but I will, however, use the Teal Dance on this Ogerpon and just try to keep this guy at 2 energy and just wait for a Charizard to get set up. Arven is a phenomenal supporter as well. We do know my opponent has a bit of a dead hand because they really didn't do anything last turn. I could Arven for Forest Seal Stone and maybe another Vessel. What would I get rid of? I could get rid of a Judge. That actually does go kind of insane, because then this Ogerpon and this Ogerpon I could start to set up. Then I could Fleet-Foot it after and just draw into something else. Let's do that. So let's go Earthen Vessel, Forest Seal Stone. We are going to get rid of 1 Judge. We don't need 2 of them in our hand. My opponent's hand is pretty dead, so I really don't feel like... Actually, yeah, give me 2 Grass Energy. I don't feel like I need to play Judge this turn. I think I could hold off. I'm going to use Teal Dance. I'm going to draw 1 more card and also start setting up this other Ogerpon. And then I'm just going to hold this energy. I mean, I actually can't play it, but even if that was an Ogerpon, I wouldn't have played it. I'm just going to Fleet-Foot it here and see what I got. And Boss's Orders. Oh, man, okay. All right. Oh, actually, I played Arven, so I couldn't Judge no matter what. I think we're kind of just chilling here. I think the best play for us is go Burning Rondo. If my opponent evolves into Charizard and takes a KO, all we do is promote Ogerpon, and then use Ogerpon and another Grass Energy. That's huge. Actually, that's perfect. So now, no matter what, maybe if they boss up this Ogerpon, take a KO, we could just Teal Dance, manual attach, set up that guy. We're going to be good to go. Yeah, we should have this game under wraps pretty much no matter what. And that's what I mean, dude. This deck is like... This deck is nuts. Like this deck gets after it so fast. You guys have seen how well we've drawn, and we again had like a mid start. The start was not insane at all, but we were able to just draw so well, draw into what we need. We play very high counts of kind of just essential cards, nothing too insane. So we do kind of find what we need a bit better than other decks I've played. My opponent's got the Ultra Ball, they got the Rare Candy, and Forest Seal Stone. I can see that being a card they get rid of, unless they play Luminion. They could get Charizard EX this turn. They get rid of Dusknoir Briar. That's insane. I mean, I guess they did play Arven this turn, so Briar is a little useless. because if they played the Briar, they might not have had the KO. I think they had to go Arven, and they're going to Night Stretcher to get Rotom back in play for the Force Seal Stone. I like the combo. I like what they got going. They got Rare Candy into Charizard. They played Boss's Order, so they could go Counter Catcher or Prime Catcher. Oh, they evolve into Pidgeot. So then they could Force Seal Stone for Rare Candy, use Quick Search, go for Charizard. Oh, no, they had the Charizard. What are they Quick Searching for? I actually have no idea. I don't know if Charizard plays Prime Catcher. I mean, I guess they could. You could play Prime Catcher in literally anything. Maybe they go after Ogerpon. I feel like that would be their safest bet, right? But here, also, just so we have another play outlined too, we could go Area 0 Underdepths this turn. And, oh, Unfair Stamp. That's huge, actually. That's what Charizard plays, and I knew that too. Okay, losing Night Stretcher kind of hurt. Actually, no. Losing the Grass Energy hurts. Getting the Night Stretcher is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Never mind, I didn't want that guy KO'd. Yeah, that was the play they had to do. That's actually perfect for my opponent. And we lost Boss's Orders too. But I can hopefully set up Ogerpon and just take 2 prize cards here and close it out. We got Night Stretcher for 1 Grass Energy back because Ogerpon was KO'd. If we could draw into the other Night Stretcher, Earthen Vessel, or we haven't used Force Seal Stone. Even if I get a Force Seal Stone here, we're going to be chilling because then I could just search it out. And we get Prime Catcher ourselves. That's actually huge because maybe I could go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I could actually use Entei Prime Catcher Rotom. Wouldn't be a bad play at all. Let me take Mew. This is a great hand for a restart, honestly. So we're gonna Night Stretcher and then Teal Dance and then restart and then flip the script, I think is our play. So we're gonna take this guy, gonna take the energy, we're gonna Teal Dance, hope we draw into an energy here, and then we'll just end the game with that. We don't need to do all the extra, but we do have a lot of extra to draw cards, which I do like. I will gladly take a Nest Ball. That is absolutely fine with me. I think the best card for us here, it doesn't really matter what. So let me just take a Radiant Charizard. Actually, no, doesn't that guarantee the KO? It does, right? Because each bench is 100 with Entei. Like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, so then we could just go Prime Catcher, Rotom, throw Entei up. We didn't use Mew for 3 cards or flip the script for another 3 cards. We could just swing 220, take game. Dude, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know what it is about this deck. It's so grossly consistent how many options you have. Like, it's actually insane, dude. Like, there's so many lines, there's so many outs. You just have to be able to take a step back, and at the beginning of every turn, okay, what do I need to do? Like, right there, I kind of was like, okay, I need to either use Entei and boss KO Rotom, or use Ogerpon and KO the active Charizard. We had the Prime Catcher, we had the Teal Dance Stone. We needed either the what do we need for Entei? Like Pokemon on the bench, which we got for Entei, or just 1 energy card to manual attach to Ogerpon and use that KO. So we had 2 outs to close that out, and we did it perfectly. That was a phenomenal game number 1. Let's hop into match number 2 and see if we could close out another great match with Entei V. Welcome to match number 1. My opponent took a mulligan, and I saw they were playing Arch Aladdin EX. At least I believe so. I kind of like have zoned out for it because I got back to my apartment finally, so now my sound settings should hopefully be a little more put together, and everything should be better. So I was just making sure everything was good, and yeah, all right, I did see the Arch out, and I was just thrown off because it was yelling in the background, and I was like half paying attention. I was like, wait, what's going on? Anyways, regardless of what I was trying to explain, this hand is nuts, and playing Entei against Arch Aladdin, yeah, I'll take that. Arch Aladdin swinging 220, so we're living with 10 HP. If they use the top attack, they don't have a weakness to fire, so we'll have a little bit more trouble KOing them. But if I could use Boss or Prime Catcher to take out a benched Entei or Dialga, we're still in a phenomenal spot. So I kind of like the setup a lot, and we have a great hand to truly get after it. We got Nest Ball for Squawkabilly, we got Ogerpon, we got Vessel and E-Switch to make sure Entei is ready to rumble. On turn 1, going second again, and there is a pass from my opponent, so we might even be able to go for a Seal Stone and try to go for a boss on Duraludon, which actually also is another insane play. So here we can definitely Vessel away Superior Energy Retrieval. I know I'm going Squawk with Nest Ball, so I'm just going to take out probably, honestly, just a basic fire energy, right? Because we have Squawk in the deck. Yeah, we do. Okay, so I'm gonna Teal Dance and then manual attach. Yeah, I actually don't want extra energy here. I don't want most of my energy going to discard, especially if superior energy retrieval is gonna be leaving as well. So right now, we're just gonna play what I can. Actually, I probably should have used that Nest Ball. No, because if I got Squawk, oh, that boss's orders feels so good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely ripping that. We prized 2 Ogerpons. It's pretty rough. It's not the end of the world, though. Okay, so for now, we're just going to play kind of everything I got. I'm going to boss up Duraludon. Archaladin is only scary if there's actually Archaladin in play. So if I could say no to this guy, that feels pretty great. And then I could Squawk and CC here. I got Fleet-Footed. I got Forest Seal Stone. Although there's not a high chance I'm playing Forest Seal Stone this turn. Thankfully, I got Judge because this hand is pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, this one really doesn't feel too great. But that's all good because we're swinging for 200 damage, so there's not really much more I need to do this turn. If I needed to, I could have gone Forest Seal Stone. I could have probably gotten more Pokemon out. I mean, I did use Boss. I didn't have to use Boss if I wanted to push more damage, but we're swinging for weakness. Like, I didn't need much damage that turn, so, you know, I'm not too worried. We've got Judge in hand. Even if they get a Duraludon down again, the chance of me using another Boss's Orders without drawing into some sort of better card for the turn after isn't super high. I think the safest play for us, no matter what, at this point is Judge. They did Pokestop and lose another Duraludon, though. So there's only 2 left in the deck, which is really important. And they lost B-Barrel, which is huge, knowing Bidoof is their active. They got Ultra Ball. We'll see if they get just 1 Duraludon down. If my opponent only gets 1 Duraludon, I'm gonna go Boss. And I'm just gonna abuse my opponent's setup before they can truly get going. And they're standing still. They play the Iono, which honestly, besides the fact that almost all of my energy is going to the bottom of the deck, I don't mind. I did need a new hand, and luckily I got 2 Vessels, Judge, Trekking Shoes. So that actually works out pretty nicely. I don't think I'm gonna play the Vessels now, though. I really don't have many cards in my hand I want to thin. I like keeping them in my hand just in case, and I don't have a bunch being both of my Ogerpons in the deck because 2 are prized. Ooh, my opponent failed the Nest Ball. They definitely prized 1 Duraludon, and they got 2 in the discard pile. There's a Night Stretcher down. Okay, so they got 2 Duraludon. I did lose Boss's Order, so there's really not much I can do about it. I guess if I get Boss's Orders off Fleet-Footed, Top Deck, or the Trekking Shoes, I'll take the Duraludon with the energy. Other than that, though, there's like a 90% chance of playing Judge. Or Teal Dance. That's what I mean. We're drawing so many cards for no reason. We got Top Deck, Fleet-Footed, Teal Dance, and Trekking Shoes is like minimum 1 more, possibly 2 more. Another Grass Energy is fine there. Again, I'm not going to play Vessel. I'm going to hold those in the deck because I've got a feeling I'm going to Judge, and I might need more energy later. Oh, actually, we got Forest Seal Stone, too. But I don't know if I want to use that. I will, however, take another Ogerpon. That does feel pretty good. Ooh. A little bit of lag on my game. That was insane. I wonder if the recording caught the lag. Like, I wonder what that was. That was really weird. Oh my gosh. And Latias. That's another bit. That's another basic Pokemon. I don't need to bench yet, so I'm not going to. Night Stretcher, I feel like I have to take because this has been. And I don't want to regret losing that. So I'll take a Night Stretcher. Now 2 Forest Seal Stone or 2 not Forest Seal Stone. First, we Fleet-Footed. And we see if I can get Boss. We can't. I get Briar. Okay. I'm not going to lie. I'm very tempted to go Forest Seal Stone, go for Boss this turn, and just save the Judge for the turn after. Take out one of their Duraludons. If I could keep them with 2 Duraludons in the discard, knowing they prize one off that Nest Ball, I feel like that would be a great line for us. My opponent only has 4 cards in hand. Judge isn't really going to do us too much of a benefit. And then I got 1 Boss, 1 Prime Catcher left, but I've got 4 prize cards left. So I can deal with 1 Archaladin, and then probably a 2nd Archaladin. I don't know if this is the Dialga build. We really haven't seen Dialga. Or my opponent isn't playing it because I'm playing Entei. Both make sense. So we're going to swing 280. On Duraludon. 1 more bench Pokemon. We're swinging for weakness KO on Archaladin. If they use Archaladin's top attack, we will not be able to. Gladly will take an Ogerpon out of the prize cards there. So now Vessel feels a lot better. Now I can Earthen Vessel away. Man, I don't know what. I could Vessel away Briar. We are kind of ahead this turn, and they got the Archaladin. Okay. So they are going to Metal Defender. They are going to be 10 damage short, but they do not have many bench Pokemon. I kind of want them to fill up their bench so I can try to push 300. I still don't think I'd be able to, because we'd have 100 and then I get access to, well, plus 20, so that'd be 220. Then I could put 3 more Pokemon on my bench. That would put us at 280. That's a V-Star KO. Archaladin is actually just at our age. I don't know why I never thought about that before. It's actually kind of insane. But it's not the end of the world. It's not the end. They got a bigger hand. Judge is going to feel good. And as long as I get another Entei set up, I could 2-shot Archaladin, no problem. I still have Radiant Charizard in the back pocket just in case. Like, we're still in the driver's seat for sure. It's just a little bit awkward because they are a metal Pokemon that doesn't take weakness, and it's a stage 1 with 300, so it's just slightly too tanky. Our number's 280. Our perfect number. A full bench on my opponent's side plus a full bench with Area 0 on my side is 280, which is that math I was doing in my head if you couldn't tell. For now, I'm just kind of waiting and trying to buy time to see if my opponent's doing anything crazy, but I don't think they are. So I might as well take this moment to say I hope everyone had a happy and safe New Year's. I hope you guys are... Ooh, Night Stretcher. That's an annoying card. Canceling clones, whatever. But I really didn't like them getting another Duraludon in there. Anyways, I hope everyone had a happy and safe New Year. Spent it with friends, spent it with family, spent it just relaxing, doing whatever it is you do. I hope you guys enjoyed your time for sure. I know my New Year's, well, I would be streaming because this video is going up tomorrow. I am recording this on December 31st. So thank you to anyone who also happened to tune into my New Year's stream, because I don't really have any insane plans. I did just get back from my apartment after a bit of a break from work. You know, I had a couple weeks off. I work in a, I just had a couple weeks off. So now what do I do? Sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm reassessing because it's like back to my turn to attack and actually play the game and not just yet. But yeah, Happy New Year's. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for making 2024 an amazing year with this channel. It really is such an amazing thing to be a part of. Now it's time for me to bench everything. And we got Night Stretcher in hand. I really don't need to use it for anything. Entei isn't a bad thing to use it for. Honestly, what are the... I'm just going to get rid of Briar. I might need another Vessel. I might. Briar, I'm ahead. I'm not as worried about getting Briar. We got another Vessel in hand. So now I can just start Teal Dance and just getting a whole bunch of energy everywhere. We're going to throw 2 energy on this Ogerpon, and then we're going to spread the energy as thinly as needed. That's not a great card to draw into, I'm not going to lie. But it's all good. We got a whole bunch of cards that we are drawing and seeing and playing this turn. I don't mind Iono in the late game this match. I think for now our best place to go Fleet-Footed. And then we'll play Judge. Maybe I should have Fleet-Footed after Judge. Now I definitely feel like I should have, but it's all good. We're going to Judge now. Another Night Stretcher really is going to help us. If I could get another Entei down, I'd feel much, much better. This is perfect. This is actually legitimately perfect for us. So we got Nest Ball for another Entei. And then we could get Fez next turn too. Oh my god, yeah, this feels great. Okay. We got Nest Ball for another Entei. We got the manual attach on to another Entei. We got Prime Catcher and Arven for energy switch. Just makes our Entei's attacking next turn. And we're going to swing 200. Truly get after it on our opponent's Archaladin. They don't take any damage from weakness because of Metal Defender's attack, which is super, super relevant this match. If they didn't have that, they would be cooked right now. We would go at 4 prize cards. That would be an insanely high hurdle to get over. But we're not in the clear yet. It is very easy for my opponent to go boss KO before I can deal with another Archaladin. So that is something I definitely have to be wary of and worry a good bit about. Hopefully that Judge kind of disrupted a lot of that vibe, but my opponent still has Greninja and B-Barrel, and they are just going to Professor Turo. Oh, man. Yeah, actually, you know what? If they play a Turo too as well, as that is going to be just as annoying. Because now we're another attack behind. And we're going to be tied on prize cards. Alright, maybe getting rid of Briar was not the play I thought it was. But their Turo is down. They got 10 cards left in the deck. I wish I saw a Dialga, man. I was hoping this wasn't just a straight Archaladin deck. I felt much, much better about dealing with the Dialga V-Star because they are weak to fire, and there's nothing they can do about it. So my opponent's going to Metal Defender, tie us up on prize cards, and all I got is 1 Entei V to my name to try to get back and get even on my opponent's deck. We do have Arven. We do have... Night Stretcher is actually so great to draw into there too, because I could take another Entei out of the disc. You know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna Fleet-Footed, see what this top card is. If it's another Entei, I'm not gonna Night Stretcher for Entei. It's a Fire Energy. That's actually phenomenal too. So now I can Arven for Energy Switch and Force Heal Stone just to thin. And then I think our play here is to go Night Stretcher, whiffing Fez this turn. I really don't have much I could do. Does kind of hurt, but at least I'm able to play the game. And playing the game generally is kind of fun and kind of nice. So I'm going to throw this Forcio Stone on Latias. It really doesn't matter because we have no other tools in the deck and we used our V-Star power. I'm going to attach the energy to Entei. And you know what I could do? I could retreat to free into another Entei and just draw one more card and then E-switch onto this guy. I think that's a little bit better for us. Just get us one card deeper in the deck. We do kind of need something to get going. I do love Earthen Vessel for next turn. Sadly, I can't get rid of really either of those two cards. I think for now we're just going to move a Grass Energy onto Entei and swing for 200. Now, if my opponent goes Gust and they go the Boss's Orders route, we do still have a setup Entei, which is phenomenal. If they choose to swing into the active, they're not taking a KO. If they retreat into a different Archaludon, like if they evolve this turn, I got Prime Catcher to take this one back up. So I got a lot of answers, honestly, which is nice. I like having options. Options feel good. And they're going to go Arven. I'm sure we're going to see an Ultra Ball. I'm curious to see what tool they take out. It's going to be Prime Catcher Vitality. Oh my god, they have the technology. Since when were they prepped for Entei? Yo, why is Archaludon such a rough matchup? That's insane. In Vitality Band, so they're going to go up 2 prize cards. Oh my gosh. There's really not much I can do about that at all. And they're going to go Prime Catcher, attach the Vitality Band to the benched one. The benched one with the Vitality Band is now going to be the one that doesn't take weakness damage. And that's going to be the one taking a 2 prize KO on Entei. Oh no, they put it on their active. Ooh. And they're going to swing for 230. That's interesting. Although I guess now I'm kind of in a checkmate position. What if I gust up B-Barrel and I just kind of sit? How many energy are they down? They're down 9 energy. They might only play 10 energy. I feel like a lot of those do. You know what I might do? I might just gust B-Barrel. They played Turo. Turo might be their biggest pivot card. If I KO their active, they swing with this guy. Actually, no, they don't. They need another Vitality Band. KOing their active might be our best bet because then we live with some more. I love Radiant Charizard here, just to buy us a little bit more time. This guy's swinging for 0 energy. Oh, but Prime Catcher is so amazing too. Yeah, we're gonna Fleet-footed and see what I could get. Mew. Oh, that feels so good, but that doesn't totally help me yet. Doesn't put me in the clear. I'm gonna, I guess, restart for 1. I need a Vessel something away. I need just a couple more. I need that 1 Fire Energy in the deck. Another Vessel is fine at this point. Actually, I've got no Fire Energy left in the deck. I only play 3. I'm down Night Stretchers. Oh, man. I'm down, wait, excuse me. I'm down 1 Night Stretcher, 1 Superior Energy Retrieval. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to Vessel away Vessel. We're going to have to go double one grass, excuse me. Oh, we're short so many energy. And then now we can Teal Dance. And this Teal Dance, kind of a make or break at this point. I'm not worried about attacking with Entei too much. I do love Iono there. So we do still have a free retreat. I think the best play for us, I mean, Iono feels pretty great, but then they got a B-Barrel again. How do I get around this? How do I get around this? I kind of want to feed him Radiant Charizard and just take a KO on Archaludon. How many Boss's Orders are they down? They're only down 1. Oh, man. All right, maybe I should have thrown that Grass Energy on Entei and just swung with the active. We're going to go Iono. I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to go Iono. My opponent's hitting me with the, like, confuse the shrug. Oh, I think you guys can see. Look, buddy, I'm thinking, all right? You got me in a difficult spot. E-Switch is the card I needed. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. So we're going to E-Switch. We're going to get 1 energy there. And then I got Ultra Ball to get rid of some cards next turn. Oh, this is a mess. We're going to take out their Vitality Band on the active. Take 2 prize cards. We were not able to attack with Radiant Charizard. I guess I could have E-switched the Fire Energy to Charizard. That would have been so extra, though. Oh, man. Okay. and they promote Greninja, so they might not have it this turn. They might be just sitting and waiting, which is fine, because I got Boss for game on Archaladin, so if they don't attack with this guy, they are kind of cooked. They got the Rigid Band on Greninja, that's crazy, and they could attach Retreat. They are not going to use concealed cards. They are just going to go Industrious Incisors. They need the Vitality Band or Boss's Orders. There's the Arven and Prime Catcher for game. All right, I respect it. That was very well played by my opponent. Gotta hit him with a thumbs up. That was an awesome straight Archaladin list, and it got the job done perfectly. They hit me with the thumbs up back. All good vibes all around. We got after it. We had a great lead. It was that Turo play. That Turo play was perfect timing from my opponent to put them right back on the ledge they need. And that Vitality Band tech out of nowhere. I don't know what match they needed 230 for. I know you need 240 for Raging Bolt, but that's not 230. Like, what are we Metal Defendering for 230? That's not Entei, because there's no way you stuck that in there for Entei. That also ruined us. Like, it was the Turo Vitality Band combo that just completely devastated us. But hey, it's all good. We're 1-1. The deck decked, and that's the biggest thing. I'm not upset about that loss at all. Let's get into match number 3 and see if we can get the positive record for the first video in 2025. Welcome to match number 3. We opened up with an awful hand, but my opponent is playing Dragapult Iron Thorns, which we could get after. We got a pretty trash hand, so thank gosh I got those 3 mulligans. This is what a brick looks like, and no matter how good and how consistent your deck is, it can always brick, and my gosh, did we find our way to do it. Actually, you know what I just realized? Iron Thorns in the active spot is devastating, but thankfully we got Prime Catcher, so I got a good switch card, and I could get Iron Thorns out of the active, and we can take out their only GP. Alright, this is fine, this is fine. We're not in the clear yet, but we're in as good a spot as possible. So I'm gonna take Entei V, stick him in the active with Prime Catcher so I can fleet foot this guy and try to just be in the best spot possible. So we can use Prime Catcher, take out Dreepy, throw Entei up there, and then what is our play here? We need Ogerpon, Earthen Vessel, or Grass Energy, either, and then we have the Energy Switch, so we actually just need those 2. We could do that with Force Seal Stone. I think first I want to go Trekking Shoes. Shred it in the deck. That's fine. That's an Ogerpon. That is perfect. That's exactly what we needed. Or Squawkabilly, but we prize Squawkabilly, so it's not. It's just an Ogerpon. That's fine. And then we can Arven for Vessel, but just in case, I'm going to fleet-footed, and I'm going to see if I can just get a little bit more. That's a little bit more. That's it. That's all. That was what I was looking for. So now I have no idea what I'm gonna Arven for. Another Grass Energy, but I don't even want to Squawk. Actually, now that I look at it, every boss I own is in my hands, so I don't really want to go Heavy Ball and go Squawk. I think we might just want another Ogerpon, maybe with the Vessel, and then we'll take a Force Seal Stone. Because, like, look, I know I could get Heavy Ball, I can get Squawk out of the prizes, but if I do that, I am so cooked if I need any form of Gust. So I think this is our safest bet. And then we can go Teal Dance. I got the Energy Switch in hand. There's not really too much more I'm looking for. I just am digging a little bit deeper to dig at this point. And we got the Energy Switch right onto Entei. That should be KO. It should be 100, right? Yep. And there it is. So there's nothing else. I don't want to attach Force Seal Stone in case they play Vacuum. I'm just going to swing here. Just want to swing, get after it, take out their only Dreepy. We're up 1 prize, which is good. But you saw how 1 lead in the first match is everything we needed to just get ahead, stay ahead, and cook. But then a lead in match number 2 was not able to pull me through. My opponent was able to have the technology to get around. And this is another deck that honestly might have the technology to get around us. I mean, they got Iron Thorns in the active. Luckily, I can go Boss's Orders and take out another bench Dreepy. So if my opponent gets Fire and Electric Energy, if they attach, I'm assuming they put the Electric Energy on the active. Maybe the Fire. I kind of hope they put the Fire so that I can boss up Dreepy and just leave them with Thorns in the active. But no, they're actually going to attack this turn, which is a little problematic. We might need a Force Seal Stone because they're gonna get a Fire Energy onto Iron Thorns. They are in fact going to have the Electric Energy in hand to manual attach. That Pokegear was exactly what they needed, and now we're in 2-shot range, which is scary. They Volt Cyclone for 140. They can move us Psychic Energy. We can't play Boss's Orders this turn as nicely as I'd want to. I guess we could, but I need to go Force Seal Stone for a supporter because we don't have anything unless this Trekking Shoes truly clutches up. Energy Switch, excuse me. There's nothing I'm really looking to energy switch to. I'm actually going to pass on it. I hate to get rid of an energy switch, but I can't handle it. There's really nothing I need from that. Ultra Ball feels kind of nice. Foresteel Stone also feels pretty good. I think here we're just going to start Alchemy. For what supporter? Judge or Iono? I feel like Judge. Kind of just reset our entire hand. Which is fine. That is truly all I need. I could manual attach the energy to Entei. Or to Radiant Charizard, excuse me, but I don't think I want to. Because we still need so much to attack with Charizard. That's really not going to help. It would thin the deck a little bit. I'm just going to Judge and pray at this point. That we get an Entei energy switch, something like that. Okay, I mean, it's not... Actually, you know what? We got Iron Bundle. Which I like. I do like the bundle play. We're going to Hyper Blower. And... Oh, wait. Actually, that means I can Fleet-Footed. Alright, this is big. This is big. And take out another GP, and we're gonna get Vessel for some more energy. All right, this feels a lot better. So here, I am gonna get rid of Briar again. I hate it so much, but I need these cards for Radiant Charizard. I need Judge for next turn. I need the energy for Radiant Charizard in case I don't get an Entei or something. And I want to get 2 grass energy off Vessel. This is a game I wanted to keep the Briar so much more than last match, but there's really not much I can do about it. I'll take a Nest Ball. That is actually huge. Maybe I should have held that 1 turn, but I guess Entei is kind of what I need, but also Fez when they take a KO. I think I'm going to go... No, because then Iron Thorns will be the only thing in the active. I can't use Fezandipiti. Give me Entei. Give me Entei. Let's play this smart. Let's play this smart. And then we're going to use Teal Dance. We're going to smack a Grass Energy onto this Ogerpon. We're going to draw 1 Latias. Love it. Love it. I'm just going to swing here for 120. Take a prize card. I like our hand. Our hand is fine. Again, I didn't want a Nest Ball for Fezandipiti because Iron Thorns is now, again, the only thing in play, which means I'm not going to be able to use any rule box abilities, which really hurts this deck, like, really bad. So, yeah, we're just going to vibe. We know my opponent has another energy in hand, but we've stopped them from getting Dragapult out another turn, which is massive because this is definitely a harder... This is a harder deck for us. Whiffing that Pokegear is big. They got 1 Iron Thorns and a Dream. If we could get Entei set up next turn, pretty much just off Judge, we're golden. We could play our hand down very small. I can attach the energy to Entei. I can throw the Area 0 Underdepths in play. I can bench Latias, and then I can rip Judge. I don't have to worry too much about bench space because Area 0 will be in play, so I can just, you know, fill up my bench again. I got 3 more spots, which should be all I need. And my opponent's got Arven. Okay. Alright, this is interesting. It's very interesting. They got Nest Ball or Buddy Poffin. Might be their best bet. I'd imagine it would be, right? They were down 1 Psychic Energy, 2 GP. They should have another GP unless they prized it. I don't know what they're searching for, but they're taking their time, which I respect. I mean, this is a hard match for both of us. Both of us have a lot of thinking to get through. They're going to go Precious Trolley Future Booster Energy Capsule, so they're going to get an entire bench set up, and that's what worries me a little bit. Is the multiple Thorns set up? Because they could legitimately just take me out with Thorns. Maybe this is a match where they don't really care to go Dreepy. I also can't really attack with Charizard into Iron Thorns because, you know, it shuts down my rule box ability. They got Toadscroll. Yeah, they're doing this with just Thorns. That's fine. If we can set up an Entei, we could tank. And we can get to Oko and Iron Thorns, and they got another Dreepy down, which is fine by me. And then they pass. They didn't have the energy needed. That's massive. That is actually so big, it's not even funny. Okay, now we can try to get a little more after it. We got the energy. We got the Latias. We got the Fezandipiti. Do I Judge, or do I watch them have a dead hand? I think the best play for us, honestly, is just a swing. I mean, we're swinging 220, although if I get 1 more Pokemon off this Judge, I could take a KO, and that would be even more devastating. We're sending it. We're sending it, man. First video of 2025. There's only one thing I know how to do, and it's send it for absolutely no reason at all. Okay. Wow. Man. All right. I guess I had that one coming. I had a lot of energy going into that. I don't have a lot of energy coming out of it, though. I kind of just judged my opponent. I guarantee I gave him an energy, which got him going. They got a Dracoloak so they could draw, man. All right, I feel like that was a waste. They got the Arven for Vessel, if nothing else. I had that coming. I had that coming. It's cool. It's cool. It's alright. And I got a dead hand. I got literally nothing to show for it. Like, nothing. Nothing at all. Got the night, oh man, the, what do you call it? Night Stretcher. They could get back the Psychic Energy. They could also take back a Dreepy, depending on what else they draw / have in hand. And they got the Fire Energy in hand. I guess they don't have the Night Stretcher yet, then. They can just Volt Cyclone, take the KO, and... Man, that's so annoying. Oh my gosh. And I can't use Fez. I can't do every Pokemon I have in play is just pointless with Iron Thorns, man. It's just... Luckily, Entei's not super hard to set up. And swings well into Thorns. So if they're only using Thorns to attack, honestly, I think we're okay. It's that Dragapult I was truly worried about. Here, thank gosh we got a Trekking Shoes. I need something. Energy Switch. Energy Switch feels great. Energy Switch feels great, but it's not a supporter. And I think that's kind of what I'm going to need. Although I could E-switch onto, or like a bunch of energy onto Ogerpon at some point. And maybe use that to clean up Iron Thorns. Because the attack is still pretty good. Actually, you know what? Give me that. Give me that card. I like that card. And we've already got one Fire Energy in the discard pile. I'm going to... No, I have to attach the Fire. Actually, no, because I could E-switch Grass onto this guy. And then attach a Fire Energy. It doesn't matter which energy at that point. Yeah, we still have the KO. I want to hold the Fire Energy in case I can use Radiant Charizard. But then the draw next turn if we get a chance to use abilities. Whatever. I'm overthinking it. Swing for 200. Figure it out. Oh boy. Alright. This is one of the matches ever. We'll take 2 prize cards. We're up 4 prize cards here, which is huge. And we get Mew and a Night Stretcher, which actually is pretty big. I might be able to one-shot an Iron Thorns. We were swinging for 200. Mew is 220, and then we can Night Stretcher for Entei V and swing for KO. Never mind, my opponent's going to get it. Actually, no, we needed them to get another Pokemon on the bench because we took a KO, so their bench is one smaller. I have no idea. I'm done doing math. Honestly, I'm so deflated after that judge play into nothing. Like, I was so ready to get after it for literally no point. And I'm going to assume my opponent is keeping the Iron Thorns game going here. They needed a Crispin to attack there, and they fail the Pokegear. They need Crispin in hand. They got another Pokegear just to make this wound a little bit deeper. Shut down all my abilities in the deck a little bit more, and they get Professor Turo to full heal when I swing into them. My gosh, is that annoying. I'm sick of these Turos full healing, man. And they go Boss's Orders. Onto Radiant Charizard, I'd imagine, and they go Fez. I can't retreat for free because Latias is shut off. Oh my gosh, why didn't they take Radiant Charizard? This is a mess, dude. Radiant Charizard is a 3 retreat cost. Why did you not take that guy? Whatever, I'll take a misplay from my opponent. Whatever works, whatever keeps me in the game. They're gonna go take a Toad Scroll, probably shut down my Night Stretchers from working, if I had to imagine. Yup, so now Night Stretcher is gonna do absolutely nothing. I can't get any energy back. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Alright, if I get Boss's Orders, though, I get Judge. Alright. I could attach Retreat. Superior Energy Retrieval is useless. We're going to throw these down. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're doing 180, 200 damage. We need 2 more Pokemon. I don't even know if I got 2 Pokemon left in the deck. All I know is Night Stretcher's not working. I need to attach Retreat, though. And just take a swing. So we'll do that. We'll go into Entei. And then I guess swing here. I don't really want to judge. They got 2 cards in hand. They need another energy. I think our best bet is legitimately just burning Rondo. Or not swinging for KO. They could do 140 with Iron Thorns and 200 with Dragapult. And they're pretty somewhat kind of a little bit far off. We know they got Terra in their hand. They can full heal Iron Thorns, but that's going to discard the 2 energy attached to it, which honestly I'm fine with because that's going to be more work for them to set up the turn after. They can give me the other Iron Thorns if they Turo, but then I'm going to still swing into that guy. They could give me Toad Scroll or Dracloak, both of which I'd be fine, or even a Dragapult, I guess, and they get the Arven. So they'll be able to keep playing the game. Oh, this is hard. They got, okay, they got Vacuum. What do I get rid of? I guess Radiant Charizard. That's a retreat cost I just don't feel like dealing with, and they just scoop. They didn't, oh, they played Arven. They couldn't Turo. That's right. Oh, that's huge. That is so big. That's going to wrap it up for a match number 3. That one was stressful. I feel like we were good. I feel like we had more outs than they did. They were scrambling to stall us, and we were just attack. Like, at some point, we were going to break through their entire line and just, you know, prove Entei was the GOAT. So yeah, I mean, hey, we're 2-1, positive record, and that sends us off on some good vibes for 2025 again. If you're ordering cards for the new year, use my TCG player link. I know you're getting your cards from TCG player anyways, and if you want to support the channel, if you like the content, I really appreciate it if you guys do that. Also, I think I realized if you have to log in after clicking on my link, it messes up. I don't know. It just like log in before you click the link or something like that. I don't know how this stuff works, guys. I'm not super new to this anymore. I can't keep saying that, but I am a noob with this stuff, so I'm not really great in figuring out how all this stuff works. I'm pretty sure just clicking the link supports. Anyways, I'm off on a tangent for no reason. Don't worry about that, man. That's not what's important. What's important is you guys having a good year. Seriously, I wish the best for all of you. Being able to go into 25, this is going to be the first full year I'm doing this channel. It's been around for about 6 months, so just to start the year off with a good vibe, great community, great, you know, just things planned for everyone. I'm so excited, man. I got so much planned. I really can't wait to show and tell everyone. I hope you guys have a great year. We got the positive record for the positive year coming up. With that being said, stay epic. Peace.